So this company exclusively focuses on industries which have a very strong consumer touch point. Financial services, for example, is a critical industry. And we typically work around the philosophy of using the latest tech to solve problems that are waiting to be solved. We will typically work with the C-suite of financial services organization, look at the key problems that are impacting their top line and bottom line, start with a consulting engagement, and then bring to bear the best that AI, data, analytics, cloud, and allied technologies have to offer. We were very clear when we started this organization is that while there is a great consulting, system integration, and technology services industry, it still seems to be very focused on the cost of technology. I will get this job done for you, and here is the cost. The operating model of CoantumLeap is very clear. We want our returns to be linked intimately to the ultimate business returns of the stakeholder that we are working with. So we predominantly work in an outcome-based model. For example, if you are working with a bank and leveraging automation and AI to increase the speed of user onboarding, we will price it in such a way that the business pays us when they see the impact of our technology impacting the rate at which they are able to acquire customers. So let me give you an example of financial services because we feel that this is an industry which is greatly getting disrupted. Okay. So at one end of the spectrum, you have large banks who are trying to sort of figure out how to engage. They're spending not just millions, billions of dollars in adopting technology, but still the end consumers don't feel them as tech-savvy businesses. So we are focusing on key problems like customer acquisition, creating higher velocity and better experience of user onboarding. For example, can a bank user, just a new customer, download a bank app and the account is created just like you download a Facebook app and you can start social communication? How do we use AI and data analytics model in making alternate lending decisions? Beyond your credit score, what are the other ways I can understand the user and then create specific products for them? How can we use AI and data analytics technology to create newer ways to deal with risks? How can we create automated chatbot bot-based solutions where customers can serve themselves talking to an intelligent agent which provides the same level of sophistication of conversation like a human being will do? It is problems such as these that we are trying to solve. Any industry vertical which has a very strong direct consumer touch point throughout the life cycle, from product discovery to sales, to actual product delivery, to after service, etc., are the kind of industries which are important. So retail, healthcare, financial services are some of these industries. Within these, given that the founding team and some of the key management of this team have acute experience in the financial services area, right now predominant exposure of this company is to work with financial services company, both the fintech in helping them take their ideas to market faster, as well as traditional organization who want to establish fintech kind of characteristics. Building the organization, expanding the technology, architecture roadmap, looking at and acquiring new companies who can sort of help rapidly build our capability are some of the things that I sort of do on a daily basis. Like any industry, we were worried about the impact that this will have. But I think the blessing in disguise, if I may, apart from the huge pain that the world is saying, and there's no taking away that pain, is that the world is realizing that this is not going to go away. And therefore, those people who were shy of adopting digital in an aggressive manner, they're being forced to do that. So for a company like this, it has been a crazy last couple of months. There is a barrage of demand, a lot of senior stakeholders working with us, trying to figure out how they can accelerate what should have been done in the last 3 years and in 3 months. So the team has been very busy, and we ourselves, since we were born in digital, if I may, from the very beginning, I've been very clear that we should be able to have the best talent work from wherever they are and build in the best of tools and processes so that thinking, ideation, building of solutions, interacting with clients, serving them is not a challenge. Finding a lot of other opportunities. Obviously, I would have loved in many cases for the people to be together and do things. That's something that you can never take away. But I think technology is sophisticated enough where if you define your problem right and you have an open mind about it, digital can really help us guide through the problem. At an intellectual level, there is awareness that digital is good and you need to do. Nobody argues about that. But the challenge is on 3 fronts. One is legacy. You have built the organization over the last 10, 20 years, 30 years. You have invested in technology and you're always wary about changing because there's a big legacy that you need to go on. Second is, I think, culture and attitude. Most of the decision makers, unfortunately, are people who are in their 40s and 50s. And their way of looking at the digital world is very different from what an average employee or the broader consumer persona out there do that. So that there is this resistance to change because you don't feel it is so important because it's not impacting your personal life. Although these days, even retired people are sort of getting more digitally savvy than many other people are. And third is really the aggressiveness that is required to link a problem to the right solution. If legacy, attitude, and awareness about the art of the possible can be solved, the adoption of digital can be much faster. We have kept it very simple. Almost everything that we do is either being done in a SaaS, which is complete cloud-based service, or predominantly infrastructure managed in cloud. Okay, so the typical challenge, which are about offices and the local technology and connectivity, is not there. Whether you're sitting in your office or you're sitting in at home, every employee of CoantumLeap is dealing with the same technology, and there is absolutely no difference. The model is about productivity, efficiency, and enablement. So if you have to do a particular job, the culture of the organization is to make sure how do you bring the best of technology from basic communication infrastructure to enabling computing infrastructure to remote help desk and support and everything so that we can optimize on every minute and every hour of how the user is doing. And having given that flexibility, we then trust our teams. Obviously, there are security to technologies and other monitoring solutions that are important from a compliance perspective. But our methodology is very simple. The responsibility of the IT organization is to make sure that not even 1 minute of productive time goes unproductive because there is issue with the fundamental infrastructure. Polynomial.ai, which is trying to make use of cutting edge AI, neural network based natural language processing and natural language generation, and really trying to solve this problem. Coco is the brand of an agent that Polynomial has available and chat with you or speak with you. It should really be difficult for you to figure out whether you're talking to a human being or you're talking to a machine. But obviously, Coco doesn't sleep. Coco can work 24/7, can never get tired, doesn't have the emotional issues, constantly reading information. So, for example, one of the things that we did is we created a persona of Coco and trained it to absorb every official information that is coming about corona disease and made it available over Facebook Messenger. Anybody can go to Coco and a Messenger and ask question, and you don't have to go through thousands of different sources. Just ask the question the way you will ask an expert, and it will give you precise answer the way you want to. What is very important in my opinion is that the adoption of digital must start from the C-level. You cannot relegate digital responsibilities to your IT teams. The CEO must be clear, the CFO must be clear, the CMO must be clear as to how I can use digital to change the way my organization designs product, interacts with customers, sells to them, services them. And once you are clear about the problem statement, you should then be open to experimentation. There is so much of technology out there, not everything is going to work. So you have to change the old paradigm of drawing up these big programs. Think incremental, think about a pilot, quickly do it. Let it fail fast if it has to fail fast. Move on. And if it works, then put all your organization energy to move forward. So you need organizations who are sort of smartly thinking about what are the critical problems, if solved, can change the world, and then work with right partners. Don't think about finding the lowest cost of getting the software done. Think about how you can use the latest and greatest technology. Experiment, fails, move on, succeeds, put your might behind it.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.